Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Cancerians. Cancer, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Cancer as a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node sign. Quick shout out to my Patreon. If you are watching this video, it was released early access on Patreon. All of my readings from this point moving forward will be on Patreon first. Whether it be a day, an hour, a week early, it will be on Patreon before I put it on YouTube. So if you're looking to find a video, it's not on YouTube yet. Chances are it could be on Patreon already. Okay. So shout out early access gang. All right, Cancers. So hopefully you're doing well. Cancer season is right around the corner. I have on my June Gemini shirt because I don't have my June Cancer shirt yet, but if you look on my Etsy, you will see June Cancer. You'll see July Cancer as well. So get that for a Cancer for their birthday, or get this for a Gemini for their birthday. All that is in the description box down below. All right, so last time we spoke or talked, you guys had a pretty decent reading. It was about abundance and good things coming your way. So now let's see where we're at. Hopefully we're still in that energy. If not, we're gonna check in. So let's see what the blunt truth has to say. Tabula rasa, which means clean slate. And then you have the caterpillar becomes the butterfly. Okay, what in the world does that mean? They're giving us some type of metaphorical thing. Can you clarify what that means? Trouble up ahead. Okay, trouble up ahead. Can we get one more card to clarify? You're not ready. Well, there you have it. There you have it. You're not ready. All right. So now let's look at what is the shadow work for Cancer. And let me turn this a little bit more. It's not, gotta stay. You gotta stay, Cancer. Your wheel doesn't want to stay today. All right. That should be fine. All right. So what we have for Cancer shadow work. What is the shadow work, or what is hidden from Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node. You have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups. Let's see what it says. Five of Cups. Where's the cups in this little book? I usually use this book, you guys, because this is the shadow work deck, and it doesn't have all of the same meanings all the time. So it says you have a disappointment you must accept. Hidden possibilities have not revealed themselves yet. Upright, disappointment, regret, and sadness from loss. So you're at this place where some of you may have had to undergo some type of loss, some type of distance, some type of separation, whether that be from a relationship, a job, leaving something behind. Five of Cups in your shadow side. So you're not quite able to see the bright side yet. You know, you're wondering, like, does this have a bright side? For those of you who are undergoing some type of hardship or a grief or loss of a situation, you're like, where's the good in this, or where's the bright side of this, the positive aspect of this, right? But that's what your shadow is what's hidden from you right now. It's like the good side of this loss, or like the other side of this loss right now. So some of you may not have encountered that loss just yet. Trouble up ahead. You're not ready. But when you get to that point, it will make more sense as to where you're not ready to either move forward, or you still have some work to do. Some of you, I'm hearing in my head, like you're trying to move on faster than you're ready to, whether that be from a breakup, especially, or like move on from a loss. I'm hearing a loss of a pet for some of you. It's really random. Loss of a pet, loss of a job, or something. You're like trying to force yourself to be ready to move forward. And Spirit is saying, look, if you're not ready, you're not ready yet, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. But pushing yourself to be ready before you're ready to let go or to move on can only lead to trouble. So you're still going through a metamorphosis, a transformative process of grieving. And so this grief, sadness, is in your shadow side. All right, what's hidden from you. Some of you may not have gotten to that point yet. All right, so what is you're not ready? Fair or third party? What is you're not ready in reference to for Cancer? What is Cancer not quite ready for? Hidden enemy. Forgiveness. Some of you are not ready to forgive. Okay. The truth will come out. You weren't ready for this. You weren't ready to hear this. Whatever it was. Or not ready to accept something yet. Tell me more. What is Cancer not quite ready for yet? Addiction or codependency. Ask for help. Stability. This is the one. Friendships. Okay. So leading up to this point, you've had a lot of buildup towards a certain thing. And for some of you, it happened so fast. Like maybe you were manifesting. You got the relationship, or you got the job, or you got the situation. It was right there in front of your face, or you had it. But now some of you are actually losing it, or you've lost it for some reason. And you're like, whoa, I thought I was ready for this, or I thought I was ready to move on. I thought I had forgiven. I thought that I was there. I thought that I was progressing. And so some of you, it's kind of like putting you in this grieving process at this point, because you're like, well, I thought that I was ready for this relationship, or I was ready to face this truth, or I was ready to, get married again, or I was ready to, whatever it is that you were like, I was ready. Or you're going to get to this place where you feel like you're ready right now, but then you actually get what you're looking for, what you want. And you're like, maybe not so much. Maybe not fully yet. And so, where you're like, this is the one. Or some of you are like really sad because you feel like you're not ready, or you've done so much work already, but you're still not in a place that you want to be yet to embrace whatever it is that you feel like this is the one. Okay. So there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen with yourself, and not being so hard on yourself. Or maybe you are ready. There's just, you need a little assistance. You need a little help. You need a little direction, some support in some way. Addiction or codependency. Some of you are still struggling with codependency, or self-reliance, or reliance on something that was unhealthy for you. And maybe you thought you were ready to let it go, but you're still not there yet. And you're like, I don't know what else to do. Ask for help, right? Or you thought you were ready to like be stable, or like you want to be stable financially, mentally, physically, but you're still having to battle some type of codependent behavior, some type of addiction. There's still some healing you need to do, right? Whatever it is. You have hidden enemy. So there's still some forces that are put on your path to show you that you're not quite ready for what you're asking for, right? So if we're talking about human design, burnout is a big sign that you may not be ready for what you're asking for from any of the types, but especially from manifestor, projector, or reflector. If you're a projector in human design, some of you may have gotten several invitations. You may have gotten recognition. You may have gotten all the things that you were hoping for, but then you got the invitation and you either pushed it away, or you didn't embrace it, or you couldn't actually take it for some reason because you weren't ready, or you weren't preparing enough, or you didn't know what to expect. So now you're like sad that you kind of missed the opportunity, or you had it and you lost it. Same for generators. Like maybe you had a lot of buildup of excitement, something skyrocketed really quickly, and then you got it, but then it's like it fizzled out fast, and you're like, whoa, what happened? That's for MG and generator. For manifestors, some of you like initiated something big, you went forward with it, but maybe it didn't bring you the peace that you were looking for. And now you're like disappointed or upset about it. And same for reflectors. Maybe you waited a while and you were thinking about moving, or you thought about making a change, or you made the change and it did not bring you the delight, or maybe it made you feel actually disappointed, or you weren't able to move forward in it for some reason. Whatever the case is for you, Cancer, that's the storyline, is that either you thought you were ready and you weren't, or you got something and you lost it, or you feel like you should be ready, or like you're confused about why you're not fully satisfied or at peace or successful in where you're at right now. So let's see, what is the advice for Cancer in dealing with this energy? Why they're not ready? Guilt is what just came out. Stop searching for external answers. What else is the advice for Cancer? Unrequited or unbalanced. Water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Life purpose. Rejection. Okay. So maybe some of you have rejected what it is you thought you wanted, or like maybe you had to reject something that you thought was going to be what you wanted, but it actually turned out to not be what you wanted. And so you have to start rejecting some things. You have to start turning down some invites, saying no to some stuff. And you're like, I'm not sure if this is quite what I want. So I'm going to keep looking, or I'm going to keep fighting for what it is I really want, or keep fighting for my life purpose. I just feel like some of you guys feel like you've let somebody down, or you've let yourself down, or like some of you went backwards, or, there's just like this feeling of remorse or this feeling of guilt. Like you fumbled the bag, you fumbled something, like either you, or maybe you didn't fight enough for it. Like there's just this feeling of feeling guilty or feeling regret for something that did not work out the way that you wanted it to. But I think it's really just telling you, like, everything that you're doing, that you've done, is a part of your life purpose. It's like there's no experience that is just invalid. Every experience is a learning lesson towards your purpose. Like everything that you've tried, trial and error, that you've done, that you haven't done, or you thought you could do, but you didn't do, or you couldn't do, all of that, it aids towards your experience. So the more experiences you have, the more knowledge you have, right? But some of you are just still stuck in this guilt aspect of it. Like, oh, I could have done more, or I should have did it this way, or I should have did it like that, whatever it is. And so, like, try to just be compassionate with yourself. You do the best you can with what you have and what you know. All right. And like tabula rasa means like every day is a new day to start fresh. So for many of you, it's like take each day as a fresh start. Even if you messed up yesterday, commitment. It doesn't mean that you're not committed just because you mess up, right? Keep trying. Don't give up. For some of you, this is like a health journey or a weight loss thing. Get back on track. Okay. Just because you make a mistake or you go backwards, or, it doesn't work out the first time, that doesn't mean you give up altogether. Okay. So that's where we're at with that, whether it be in your relationships. Like, you're a human. Life is about investing, taking risks. Some of you took a risk and it did not work out the way that you wanted it to. Or you're still trying to figure out what exactly you're supposed to do. Or whether it be the situation wasn't ready for you, or you weren't ready for the situation. It's all a part of life and experience. Okay, so let's see what else is coming towards Cancer that they may be not ready for, or there's some type of disconnect here or unbalance here. So what the heck? Well, these cards are like not shuffling correctly. Okay. So Two of Pentacles. Some of you weren't ready for all the responsibility that came with what you were asking for. That's why they say be careful what you wish for, because there was a lot coming towards you. And I think some of you just couldn't handle all of that at once. Like, whether it be all these friendships, all these job offers, all of these, the relationship, whatever it was, it just seemed like some of you might have gotten a little bit overwhelmed, right? Or it's like it was very triggering for you. And don't get discouraged if, like, you got into a relationship or you started something new and there were a lot of fears that came up or a lot of triggers. It doesn't mean that you're not making progress. Nine of Wands in reverse. Some of you either gave up easily or you feel the need to give up. You take your break. Take a break. It doesn't mean you're giving up. You deserve to take a break. Some of you need to focus more on your mental health, your emotional health. Temperance card in reverse. Sagittarius. Six of Wands. Some of you weren't ready for all the attention that you were about to get from something. whether it be something on social media or a job or whatever it is. Some of you have gotten a lot more attention. Four of Wands, you weren't ready for a type of commitment, like you didn't really understand all of what something was required of you, all the commitment, or having to prioritize different things, having to compromise. You weren't ready for Ten of Swords reverse, how something was going to affect you, trigger you emotionally. All right, so you might hit that wall there. Now, let's see what it says for what you need to surrender with this energy. What does Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and South Node need to surrender with this energy? Surrender your need to always be right. Surrender the idea that you can fix someone. So, give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. And then surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So every relationship, if this is about like a relationship, then, relationships are a two-way street. Like in one instance, like it does help for you to not always like try to be right and change somebody's mind, let other people have their own opinions. But at the same token, you can't like take responsibility for what somebody else does. And if they don't want to help themselves. So a lot of you may feel guilty for something that did not work out because you think that there was more that you could have done, but it actually had nothing to do with you necessarily as to why it did not work out. So you can only take accountability for your part. Don't take accountability for somebody else's part that they did not do or fulfill. All right, so what is the last bit of advice here for Cancer? What is the last bit of advice for Cancer moving forward? How to move forward from this point? You have Five of Cups again. Death card in reverse. Please clarify the Five of Cups for Cancer. Please clarify the Five of Cups. Please clarify the Five of Cups. So I'm definitely still seeing that, try to find the bright side after, you go through your grieving process or your sad process or feeling bad process. Don't get stuck there though. Okay, don't get stuck in that energy, wallowing, Five of Cups, and feeling like, well, everything sucks, life is over, whatever the case may be. The sun will rise again. Leo energy, sun card. So there is a positive side. There is a bright side as to whenever something does not work out, there is or needs to be a period of reflection of like, okay, so this didn't work out because this, or this didn't work out, but that didn't have anything to do with me. And maybe if it did, maybe there's some other things in the meantime that I can work on. Right? Maybe I need better time management skills. Maybe I need better boundaries. Maybe I need better discipline. Maybe I need to be more committed. Maybe I need to be more focused. Like, what is it that you need to work on? What skills you need to work on? Projectors, especially preparing for invitations. Before you get an invite, what can you be working on? Generators, what can you be like focusing on that satisfies you, excites you before you get bigger types of exciting opportunities? Manifestors really need to be working on resting before they can fulfill their big next creative urge. And reflectors, focusing on your own inner wisdom and like actually trying to connect with people that are currently in your environment, if you can, or trying to find new people to connect with. But yeah, so 10 of Cups. You're still on the right path to finding your happiness and finding your success. It just seems like there was a little bit of a bump in the road or a little bit of like a redirection of where you're trying to go. Death card in reverse, holding on to an existing path, but you're being pushed to take a different course of action or take a little bit of a different perspective and build off of like your ideas or what you've been through. like, just kind of do a reflection of what led you to this point, or what is trying to stop you. What are you being shown about, like, why you cannot move forward, or why you had to take a break, or why you had to move backwards, or why you might have gone back to something that was familiar for you. Right? So it's all about reflection, and all about looking at it as every day is a new day and a new opportunity to start fresh. Even if you mess up, even if you're not ready now, you eventually will be ready, and you can prepare, and it'll be the right time for you. Okay. So this is very different than the Leo reading. If you have Leo placements as well, I'm sorry. This could be very confusing, but try to take whichever one resonates with you. The Leo one was about being ready and you're ready to go and all this. And this one is about, like, you're not ready. So I know a lot of you probably have Leo placements too. So yeah. Thank you, Cancers, for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe so the channel can thrive. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.